Oh, it's live, pal.
Sorry.
We will ban you from the Summerfest.
Right here in the Silverdome.
Jeff Harvey.
And I have half the brain that you do.
Welcome to Wrestle Hunks Weekly. As always, I'm Brody Price, and I'm joined by the R-Truth to my Carmella, Nathan Marlowe.
Hello, Drake Maverick.
What's going on?
Yeah, nothing much. It was a good week of wrestling for us, I think, and the pay-per-view was great.
Yeah, we've got a fair bit to talk about. There's so much going on these next couple of weeks, so we'll get to all the major stuff. Just over here to make sure you go and check out our latest review. It'll be in the archives. It'll be the episode before this one. We reviewed this week Money in the Bank 2012, so I thought I should start actually plugging that in the podcast now.
Yeah, nice. Good decision.
Yes, and also be on the lookout for the Twitter polls that happen every week. Just help us out on what we choose to review every week. So don't miss out on that, at Wrestle Hunks on Twitter. So we'll go back to Sunday for most people, Monday for us. Money in the Bank was held. And I guess we'll just start with the pre-show match, just to keep it in order. The Usos defeated Daniel Bryan and Rowan in a non-title match. What do you think of this? And what a way to kick off?
Well, I think you're the expert here because I woke up too late for this one.
Well, the match was really good, which isn't a surprise between these four. And yeah, the Usos won, which is interesting because they're on Raw, but you know, there's the wild card rule at the moment, so anything can happen. And Corey Graves sort of spoke about it on commentary a little bit. Like, does this mean that they're going to get a SmackDown title shot because they've beat the champs? But
no,
I don't know. I don't know. It seems strange, but yeah, the Usos got the win. And what do you think this does moving forward for the Usos getting the win over the champs?
Oh, for the Usos, it does a lot, but for Daniel Bryan and Rowan, it does nothing. It just makes them look like shit champions already, and they're supposed to be main event in WrestleMania with these belts, according to them.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the promo that Bryan cut. It was
I did.
Really good. Like, the guy is great. So if anyone hasn't seen that on the YouTube of WWE, he cut a promo after the match and just spoke about failure and yeah, how he's failed throughout the years, but he's still made it to the top. So yeah, I still have faith in Bryan and Rowan. I'm sure they'll do fine. It sort of was interesting that the Usos would pick up the win here.
Yeah. But
it is what it is. We started off the main show with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which was won by Bayley. What do you think of the match and the choice to have Bayley win?
I thought this ladder match wasn't great. It wasn't amazing. It just didn't feel. If I compared this to like the first Money in the Bank ladder match, like with Carmella winning, I think those were better than this one, if I'm honest. But I didn't really expect Bayley to win. I'll be honest, I got chills when she won. I was like, wow, it's a really good moment for her because she hasn't been doing a whole heap. Is this I don't know, a punch in the face to Sasha? I don't know. But now we saw later on Bayley getting the job done. What did you think of the Mandy Rose and Carmella thing?
What, the spot with Carmella getting hurt?
Yeah. It was really weird and awkward.
Yeah, Carmella kept sort of pushing her off, and then Mandy just decided to not hit her because she was getting pushed away by Carmella, which at first I thought...
And Ember fucking clocked her.
Yeah, so I thought it might have been a real injury because why else would Mandy not hit her?
Yeah.
But then, I don't know.
She was running fine on SmackDown.
Yeah, I know. His knee was fine 2 days later, so I don't really understand. But yeah, very, very strange, that one. So what? Personally, I think Bayley winning was the right choice. I also picked it just quietly. So, yeah, I mean, she deserves it. She's been through some pretty terrible booking. This is Bayley. This is your life. Probably comes to mind. But yeah, overall, I didn't think the match was bad. They had a crack. I thought Dana Brooke was good, which would be great news to you. She surprised me. She was really, really good in the ring, I thought. But yeah, I think Bailey was the right choice, especially with what played out later on.
Yeah.
The next match was Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe for the US title. Rey won very quickly and became a Grand Slam champion. He's now held all the major titles, and then he celebrated with Dominic before Samoa Joe made another run in and laid Rey Mysterio out as Dominic watched. What did you think of this whole situation, how it played out?
No, it's going pretty well. I can't wait till they're gonna have at some point Dominic do something, and when it does, it's gonna mean a lot. So, I guess we're just waiting on that. I guess until that. I thought the match, happened. But when you think about it, I got a good story behind it, and the fact that we've only seen 2 minutes of action, and they're still invested in the story. It says a lot of how they are telling the story. So, it's good. Ray got the last championship he needed for the Grand Slam. Whatever, it is what it is. And Samoa Joe looked like a fucking animal with the blood coming down his face.
Yeah.
I like this, and it's going to continue going forward because if they keep training wins, I'm cool with that. Keep going.
Well, some news coming out of this match was that they called on the fly to end it quickly with Joe with the blood. I'm not sure if it is a broken nose or not, but so they called it in the ring to get it done quickly. And then there's also news coming out of the match that Ray might have a separated shoulder, which would kind of suck. Like, he's just won the belt, so I think there's going to be something on Raw next week where they like a State of the United States Championship, I think it was listed as. So we'll see what that is. But yeah, you're right. I was enjoying Ray vs Joe, the story, and then I couldn't wait for the match because we know how good these two are. So
yeah,
hopefully it continues to play out. That would be perfect. The next match was Shane McMahon versus The Miz in a steel cage. Shane won by taking his shirt off, I think is how he won.
That's the only time he should ever take his shirt off.
Yeah. So what'd you think of the match and the outcome?
This match sucked. For a cage match, it sucked. It was how long ago for? It went for 13 minutes, I think, 14 minutes. Probably. Yeah, it didn't really achieve anything, I don't think. And there was nothing. I don't know. There was nothing brutal about it. There was no mention of George. Where was George? I don't know. It was shit, and at least this feud's over, I guess. Kind of. I mean, he's probably going to move on to Roman, like we saw on Raw.
That's the positive, is that it's over, but The Miz not winning kind of frustrates me a little bit. The thing that hurt me the most is that it's a steel cage match, and the referee didn't count Shane down for a 3 because he put his foot on the bottom rope.
Yeah, it was shit.
Come on, just kick out. You might as well just kick out. I think it was like a skull crushing finale on the chair, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
Just kick out of it. Fuck, man. If you're going to put your leg on the rope for that, just kick out. So, they should know the rules. That it's a cage match. No one's going to fall for that. Yeah, I don't agree.
It's definitely because Miz didn't want him to kick out of the finish, probably, though.
It is, but, then just don't hit the move. If there's... I don't want to see that if Shane's just going to get out of it and it's not going to result in a Miz win. Yeah, the match wasn't great, but Shane McMahon won because he was a lot sweatier than
Miz.
Which is interesting, but you got to keep Shane strong because he's the best in the world, so it makes sense. The next match was Tony Nese versus Ariya Daivari for the Cruiserweight Championship. They actually made it on the main card. Tony Nese retained and is still your champion. What did you think of the match, Nat?
I thought it lacked. I think that's the easiest way to put it. I think they did a good job making it feel like it was a big match with Daivari's entrance. They gave him a car for the entrance. It made it look like it meant something. But I don't think these two meshed together their styles well at all. I thought it just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, there's other cruiserweights that I think could have not done a better job. Ariya Daivari is good in the ring. It's just that when the crowd doesn't really know you and is not invested, they have to find a way to get invested during the match. which I think Buddy Murphy and I think it was Ali at Survivor Series, they were on the main card and they did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tony Nese is capable of that as well. It's just, I don't know whether this was the right opponent for him. It is awesome to see the Cruiserweights on the main show. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure there was a couple spots that were really entertaining. I think towards the end it sort of picked up a little bit, like the last minute or so. But
yeah.
Most of the match was sort of, like you said, was sort of just lacking a little bit. So
it's just a slap in the face to the big three of the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks that. I mean, at least they're getting the opportunity now on the main card, which is good going forward. But yeah, it kind of sucks that Cedric and Ali and all those guys and Murphy didn't get the chance to show what they had on the main stage very often. So the next, we'll talk about this as a whole, like this next sort of couple of matches. Becky Lynch retained her Raw Women's Championship against Lacey Evans. She then immediately defended a SmackDown Women's title against Charlotte, who defeated Becky with help from Lacey Evans, winning her 9th Women's title. Bayley came down, made the save for Becky, clearing house, and then she cashed in her Money in the Bank on Charlotte and became the new SmackDown Women's Champion. What do you think of all this unfolding?
I don't think I was shocked, but I was excited. I liked all of this. I mean, the Becky Lynch-Lacey Evans match was good. Lacey Evans isn't amazing in the ring, but I feel like they did literally everything they could in the time they had, which was pretty good. They didn't go over too long, like make the match too long and drag it out. And then I love the Charlotte came out, because why wouldn't you? It makes fucking perfect sense to come down the ring and be like, oh, just have the match now. Bloody fucking coward. Yeah. And then we got Charlotte 9 reigns, and then Bayley, and I got chills once again. Like, I was like, wow, she's gonna win here. And if she hadn't have cashed in after all that time looking at it, she might as well just turned heel on that fucking moment, because fucking hell. No, it was good. And new champion, Becky stays on Raw because they need a fucking top star, so it's cool.
Yeah, I'm very much in agreement. I have here, like, in one little segment there with the Charlotte Becky match and into the Charlotte Bayley match, just in that time period, they've made Becky permanently on Raw, and she's got her feud. Well, she already had the feud with Lacey Evans, but it's been intensified between those two. Then you have Charlotte, who's got her 9th title reign, and then she's set up for the next couple of months with her feud with Bayley, who's now the top babyface on SmackDown. I think with just in that little, I don't know how long it was, like 10, 15 minutes, they've done all of that. They've got these 2 feuds set up on different brands, 2 top babyfaces, 2 top heels, so I have no complaints. And the crowd reaction for Bayley was perfect.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You hope that people get invested, and they did that from when she won the briefcase to when she cashed in. So it was perfect moment altogether, I think. Did you have any other thoughts on the women's titles?
Not really, but Bayley, Triple Crown champion, first ever. Fuck you, Sasha.
Exactly. She's won them all. So the next up, Roman was walking backstage. He got attacked from behind by Elias with his guitar. Elias played us a little song when he came out, and then Roman squashed Elias in about 8 seconds, I think it was. So what did you think of your man Elias taking the L?
You know what? I'm a fan of this. Just straight up, I was a fan of this match. And the reason was, what would you rather see? A squash match like this, or 15 minutes drawn out, we get the same result? I think the match does the same thing. I think it's just a case that Roman won in a bad way. Elias was attacked in the entrance ramp, and then he lost. I liked it. I think what we're gonna do, were you really gonna have Elias win? You weren't. It was gonna be Roman. It was probably always gonna be Roman. So I'm happy they just got this out of the way. And I don't know, losses just don't seem to hurt Elias. Just his character's too strong.
I would agree with that. He can get the heat back immediately. The next night on Raw, like he's just built for that, to take a loss and then just keep going. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, you're right. Like Roman winning in 15 minutes would have been much more painful. So at least, and like people they're gonna sour on Roman if you keep giving them 15, 20-minute matches with Roman. So I agree with you. I think it was the right choice just to have him squash Elias, and Elias is going to still continue to do his thing, and I guess people aren't going to tire of Roman as quickly. So
yeah,
kudos to them for that. The next match is the so-called dream match that we were all anticipating. Seth Rollins successfully defended his Universal Championship against AJ Styles. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, it was a really good match for a WWE match. Is that wrong to say? I feel like they did all they could do within the realms of a WWE ring. I mean, this was a pretty darn good match, and let's be honest, if this was on NXT, like this is going 5 stars, but I'd probably give about 4.5. Like, it was just a really good, solid wrestling match between the two. Hard when you have two babyfaces going up against each other. But how can we not talk about the stomp into the Styles Clash? Holy shit, that was good shit. And Rollins retains, and lucky the Money Bank's on last, because I would have thought it'd be cashed in.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's good that they did put out, like, we knew they were going to put on a great match, but sometimes, like, I know last year with the Nakamura Styles feud, it sort of just didn't feel the same for whatever reason. It didn't live up to the hype, I guess. So it was very pleasing to see that this one did. It was, I don't know if it was good as, yeah, like you said, it probably wasn't 5 stars, but it was a very good match nonetheless. And that counter, like you said, from the curb stomp to the Styles Clash might have dragged it an extra half a star or something, because that was something special by those guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, the right man won. Seth keeps rolling on, and then they shook hands at the end, which was nice. So, yeah, overall, very, very good stuff. Before we got our next match, we had the Lucha House Party come out, which was supposed to be an impromptu match for whatever reason. And Lars Sullivan came out and attacked all 3 of them. Lars Sullivan got cut on the head. It happened on the pay-per-view, yeah?
Yes, it did.
Yeah. So that was something that happened. Did you have any thoughts on Lars Sullivan beating up the Lucha House Party?
Could have done without it, to be honest. I mean, I think we all were kind of like, are we getting a random 3-on-3 match? And kind of thank God Lars Sullivan was there. Somehow he got cut open. Was it from Callisto's mask? I don't fucking know. It was pretty fucking easy. He did like two things. He got cut open, and I don't know. Probably could have done without it, but not really fussed either way.
Yeah, it sort of broke up the action. Like, we had the 2 world titles and the Money in the Bank left, so I guess it sort of gives us a little breather in between. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't think anyone really cares either way. So the next match was Kofi Kingston. He successfully defended his WWE Championship against Kevin Owens. What did you think of the match and the whole story as a whole as it played out?
I didn't like this match.
Really?
I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I don't know. I just couldn't. Is it bad that I couldn't buy Kofi winning? I don't know. KO's heel work was just too strong. He looked too good. He came out like a fucking beast, and I don't know. I just was really leaning towards KO, and I don't know. The match was okay, but I don't know. It just didn't do it for me.
I thought the match was pretty good. I don't think it was as good as AJ and Seth, but I thought it was a solid match. I mean, I guess that's where I differ. I didn't want Owens to win. I wanted Kofi to hold it onto a little bit longer. And the character work I've seen from KO, I know he didn't do much on SmackDown, but just his presence was enough. Like, his reaction coming out on SmackDown this week was enough to show me that the feud might not be over just yet, and he could get even more, I don't know, ruthless and more aggressive towards Kofi in the coming weeks. So I think it's the right choice, but yeah, I can see where you probably didn't enjoy the match. So I guess before we get into the Money in the Bank match, we should probably mention that throughout the show, Sami Zayn, he got beat up and hung upside down. Triple H then accused Braun Strowman of being the one to have attacked Sami. So I think he banned Braun from the arena. So we only had 7 people in the Money in the Bank, or so we thought. The match went ahead with no Sami Zayn or Braun Strowman at the end, as Ali had the contract in his grasp. Brock Lesnar made a surprise return. He pushed the ladder over and climbed his way to the top, and Brock Lesnar is now Mr. Money in the Bank. What are your thoughts on the match, Nat?
Well, the match, probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was the best Money in the Bank and ladder match we've ever had. I thought everyone worked really well together in this match, and Randy Two Bumps, he did well too. He was suplexing everyone onto the table. I thought everyone worked really fucking hard in this match. Finn Balor's bump off the ladder, how can you not mention that? I thought they might have done a Spanish fly off a ladder during this match, and they did. That was pretty cool. And you know what? The result, I'm just like on the down low. I'm not that mad about it. I mean, he's not gonna. I don't know. People. A report came out today that most likely he's going to cash in on Seth at Saudi Arabia. It's definitely he's going to cash on the SmackDown belt. He's definitely going to be not involved with Seth for a little bit. I don't hate it, but it's also kind of weird. If you go back and watch it, the crowd has no reaction to Ali going up the ladder. Yeah. It's just like they just knew he wasn't going to win. Yeah. So I feel like they should have like Finn or something on top of the ladder. I would have done a little bit more.
Yeah, I kind of think with Brock having the briefcase, like, do you think their first night on Fox that Brock might leave it until then and then cash in on
No, that's way. I think that's way too long.
I reckon they're going to do it sooner.
Yeah, that's way too far. That's all the way in October. You got to think. I don't see Brock holding on to that for that long.
I mean, he doesn't show up anyway, so we will just forget about it if he's not there.
Okay, that's a good point. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, like, I don't know, because I mean, what I thought immediately was like maybe Brock will just forget to cash it in over the next year because he never shows up. So
and it comes to the night of the Money in the Bank.
He's like, I'll have to cash it in.
He has to cash it in right before the next ladder match.
Yeah, I agree with what you said about the match. The match was incredible. Yeah, all those bumps that they took is just insane. Finn took a lot of bumps. The Spanish Fly was great. Yeah, really good stuff. I would probably agree. It's probably the best Money in the Bank we've had. People might be sour on it because of the finish, but much like you, I was kind of laughing a little bit at Twitter at how angry people were that Brock won. It is what it is. Like, I mean, I wanted Drew or Andrade to win, and it's very possible that they might win the title without the Money in the Bank. Like, they don't need it. So,
yeah,
I'm not too upset about it. The only thing I hate is that it probably means Brock's going to win the title again. Like, does Brock really lose with cashing in? Like, he usually wins matches pretty easily anyway. So, that's the only concern I have, is that we have to have Brock as champion again. But I mean, it might give the chance for him to put someone else over. So, we'll see how it goes. But overall, what did you think of the whole pay-per-view as a whole?
I thought it was a pretty good show. I'll be honest, the time flew by. I think they kept the matches pretty short where they needed to be, and a lot happened, and like that's a pretty hard thing to achieve. And I was happy by the show. Like, I thought it was a really good show. I think people were just souring it because of the main event. Yeah. I can't let one little segment like change my whole opinion of a show. I'm not that fucking dim. Like, but personally, I enjoyed the main event. Like, I even enjoyed Lesnar winning. But yeah, good show all around.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right with like those matches that didn't need time. They didn't give it to, and they focused on the world titles and the ladder matches that got the major time on the card. So they I thought it was booked fairly well, as much as I would have preferred one of the other guys to win the Money in the Bank. I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over Brock Lesnar holding the briefcase. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, overall, I thought they did a good job with the pay-per-view. and now we have Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia to look forward to. So that'll be fun. So moving on, we'll get to the Raw and SmackDown recaps shortly. But I thought the major news coming out of Raw and SmackDown this week was that there's a new championship belt on the scene, and I thought we might as well talk about that first in depth. We saw on Raw Mick Foley revealed the all-new 24/7 championship. It's a title that can be contested anytime, anywhere, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, as long as a WWE official is present. Any superstar from Raw, SmackDown, 205, NXT, and NXT UK, and even some former legends of WWE are eligible to win the title. And they're sort of playing off the rule of the retired hardcore championship, the 24/7 rule. So, yeah, I mean, I'll just say here that Titus O'Neil, he won the belt by grabbing it. I guess that was how they decided the first ever champion. But less than a minute later, Robert Roode rolled him up and became the second ever champion. Then we saw R-Truth in the parking lot. He blindsided Robert Roode, winning the title again. So 3 champions in one night. What are your thoughts on the concept, and obviously what do you think about the backlash that's received on social?
I'm not gonna talk about the actual look of the belt. We know it's bad. I don't think we need to talk about that because it is what it is. We'll forget about it in, I don't know, a month or a week. We don't really care about it anymore. The actual concept of the 24/7 championship is a great concept for the mid to lower tier guys on the roster. It gives them something to do. I don't understand the hate for it. If you were a fan in Attitude Era and you like the hardcore title and you think this sucks, I really question you as a fan because I don't understand how could you be that fickle? Like how could you be that delusional? I think this is great for superstars like EC3, Titus O'Neil, R-Truth, even Robert Roode, because clearly they're not going to do much with his new character. I'm excited for where this goes. It's already great between R-Truth and Drake Maverick on Twitter. Drake Maverick, if you haven't seen, has been running everywhere, going through drive-thrus, asking if Ron the Truth Killings has been here. And he went through the airport, he wasn't there. And then R-Truth posted a video that he was home and he strapped it into his car seat. So I'm here for it. It's essentially hardcore, as you saw. Fucking R-Truth threw him into a car. So it's just they can't call it hardcore. That's just it. I think there's no point dwelling on the look of the championship because it's already made. Like they're probably not going to change that. The side plates suck because oh fucking hell, they're blank. Yeah. I just want someone to see someone set fire to this championship or something, give some character. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. See if they have actual matches for it where they stop the 24/7 rule. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much in the same boat with you. Honestly, people are getting angry at the fact that they didn't have it named the hardcore title and look like the hardcore title. That's
yeah.
I mean, I just think WWE something, I don't know, during the week I actually kind of feel sorry for WWE in a way that I feel like no matter what they do, people are going to shit on.
They can't win.
Like no matter what, it doesn't really matter. I don't think they could book like the biggest indie fest ever. Like someone's going to shit on it somewhere. So, the ring ropes weren't the right color or something. Like they pick up on the littlest thing. The belt, who cares that it's ugly? Like it's not. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. It's just going to create great segments with guys that don't get a chance to be on TV, like you said. So, I'm pretty excited for it. Yeah, I mean, already R-Truth is. I mean, he's shining with the belt, and it gives a chance. I'm hoping EC3 guys like that, like you said, Drake Maverick guys, very entertaining. So, it's awesome to see. I think.
I just wanted to say, did you notice Mick Foley? He did say that the title was to only be defended in the last hour of Raw.
Yeah, I don't know what he meant by that.
So, because I mean, it hasn't changed hands outside the last hour.
Yeah, but like the screen and all the. Like everything in the arena went black rather than red. I don't understand.
Yeah, I think they're saying Raw's gonna be like more edgy in the last hour. I think that's what they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
I think kind of like when Raw used to be, when it was 2 hours, it was the first hour was normal, and then it was War is Raw,
Yeah.
or whatever, or whichever way it goes.
Right.
So I don't know.
I mean, that's good. I suppose that then, I don't know. It's these people that want the Attitude Era back. They just shit on the fact that they basically brought it back. Like what was hardcore about the hardcore title being defended in a fucking ball pit of a kid's playground? Like that's
Exactly.
It was basically the 24/7 title then.
Except when Crash Holly went down the slide and got hit with a trash can.
That's true. That was hardcore. But
I have an idea. They should have made the hardcore title just the old WWE Championship, the spinner.
oh my god,
Have fucking Breeze Angler find it.
that would literally have been amazing.
That would have been my life now. But I'm happy. I'm happy with the title. I think it's cool.
Legit. I'm like to the point of you're gonna lose either way with some fans. Like some people complain that people aren't getting opportunity, but then I saw someone on Twitter saying, "Oh, this is just gonna be for jobbers and stuff like that," and I'm like,
Yeah, it is.
Like obviously,
Yeah, it is.
that's the whole fucking point. Like, yeah. So no matter what, people are gonna shit on it. You're gonna get some that like it, some that don't. But I think this is the right choice. I think within a couple of weeks, maybe a month, we're going to see just consistently funny, great segments, and people will be on board with it, regardless of what the title looks like or what it's called. So,
yeah,
I can't wait. We're into the Raw and SmackDown recap here. I'll just go through and see if there's anything that we want to talk about, because we've got some more stuff to get to later on. Brock confronting Seth and Kofi throughout the night to start the show, and then after they won their tag team match against Lashley and Corbin, what'd you think of that?
Not a big fan. I mean, I think Lashley needs to be on his own, or not on his own, but away from Baron Corbin and with Leo Rush. I don't think they like Leo Rush anymore after his rants.
Yeah, I don't see. They just keep teaming these big guys up with Corbin, Lashley, and McIntyre. They're always teaming together. They're bad guys. So
Lashley is hired muscle, according to Shane McMahon.
Yeah. What else we got here on Raw? Cesaro and Ricochet had a pretty nice little match. Did you see any of that?
I did see this. It was really, really good. Really good Raw match. Cesaro, new Titantron, new song. That was pretty cool. Yeah, they had a really bloody good match, and there was really good flippies in here by Ricochet.
Yeah. This is the kind of stuff you need to see on Raw. Like, Cesaro's getting a little push here, and it was the right choice. I'm happy that Ricochet lost this here because he was playing off the back injury from Money in the Bank. Just made perfect sense. So, yeah, these two are brilliant in the ring, and seeing Cesaro sort of get this singles push again, I think it's sort of reminding everybody just how good Cesaro is, which is nice. The Revival got a win over the Usos. That's pretty exciting news, isn't it?
Not really.
No, you don't care?
No, I don't really care for the Revival now. I'm like, WWE's ruined them. I hope they're happy. I mean, I'm excited. They're not going to ruin them when they leave WWE, but just right now, I don't really care when they're inside this, because they're not going to really do anything.
I mean, the tag match was pretty good with the Usos. I don't know, the crowd I forget where they were. I think Albany, New York, from memory. They were kind of shitty, to be honest, throughout the night. So, yeah, I think a better crowd for a Revival Usos match would be pretty good, because those guys can tear it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not really a whole lot to talk about from Raw. So on SmackDown, Big E is back. What did you think of Big E's return?
I thought it was a good way to get him off Twitter. I thought it was funny. They had some bloke that was definitely not Big E, didn't have the peck meat like Big E did. It was cool. It was cool to have him back, I guess. I mean, wonder how long till he can actually wrestle is.
What do you think of them sort of mentioning Xavier Woods mentioning Becky Lynch's mum?
I thought it was very funny.
Yeah. Ali snuck a win out on Andrade. Another really good match on TV. What do you think of this?
Yeah, it was a really good match, and I'm also excited that it's coming up. I don't think we're probably going to mention it, but we're going to get Andrade and Finn at the Saudi Arabia show as the Demon.
Well, it pretty much confirms that Andrade is not winning that one, but it is pretty exciting that those still have a match. I'm sure it'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as Goldberg and Undertaker don't get 25 minutes or something, and
that is true.
What else have we got here? Kofi defeated Sami Zayn, and then we had the surprise return of Dolph Ziggler. This is setting up a match at the Saudi Arabia show for the title between Ziggler and Kofi. What are your thoughts on this?
The bad taste in our mouths from Dolph Ziggler. I don't think it's gone away still.
Yeah.
I still don't care for Dolph Ziggler. I really don't. And lucky this is only on a Saudi show because I guess it's probably going to be a one match program.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens have all said that they don't want to go to the Saudi show. So
yeah, I've got this down. Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense. Dolph coming in, I don't blame him. Take the payday, work a match with the world champion, and then he can go back to whatever he was doing, his comedy or whatever. So,
comedy shows, yeah.
I don't know, makes sense, and it's a nice little stopover, little gap there for Kofi. It'll be a solid match. So Dolph is fine in the ring. So, did you see any of his promo?
No, I didn't. Was it good?
I mean, Ziggler's always decent on the mic, but I just didn't care for this one. We sort of know, you could just tell from the attack that this is going to be the Saudi show, and that's it. So, there's no point in us getting invested in Dolph Ziggler. So,
fair enough.
Seems pretty common. And Roman Reigns defeated Elias in the main event. He was attacked by Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon, I think, at the end. So, did you care for this at all?
No, not one bit.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so. So that sort of sums up all the major stuff out of Raw and SmackDown. So let's get stuck into Double or Nothing. It's happening this weekend. AEW's first pay-per-view, which I'm sure everyone's pretty excited about. We'll start with I've forgotten what it's called. What's their pre-show called? The Buy-In?
The Buy-In.
So they've got two matches on the Buy-In. The first one is the 21-man Casino Battle Royale for a future AEW World Championship match. So in this match, there's going to be, they've got a list of names here. Sonny Kiss, Brandon Cutler, Ace Romero, Glacier, Brian Pillman Jr., Sunny Days, MJF, Joey Janela, Dustin Thomas, Billy Gunn will be in it, which is nice. Jimmy Havoc, Michael Nakazawa, Jungle Boy, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, Private Party, tag team.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't seen them being announced on Being the Elite, Luchasaurus, and just announced the other day is formerly known as Ty Dillinger, is Sean Spears, who's going to be in it. I wonder if he'll be number 10.
What an underwhelming fucking announcement.
Yeah.
What an underwhelming announcement.
Gonna be honest, I probably wouldn't have seen it if you didn't send it to me. I wouldn't have looked at it.
Oh, exactly, because the video, it starts like black. Like it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe there's nothing like I don't see why he couldn't just debut without this.
Yeah.
Like, because everyone know who we're going to be number 10 anyway if he was going to be in it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not a secret. So just have him at 10.
Yeah.
Whatever. Are we... Oh, yeah. Here you go.
I was just going to say there's 4 more participants because it's going to be 21 man, but they haven't been announced. And I was just going to ask you on who you think's going to win.
So are you going to count predictions?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you want to leave it as just WWE pay-per-views or like take...
Nah. Every time we do a predictions, I think we should chuck in. So how many did you get right? I got 5 and you got 6?
Yeah, that's
So I think you should just, anytime we do predictions, just yell out the score beforehand, I think.
Yeah.
So I'll announce it. Brody's kicking my ass because Money in the Bank sucked and they didn't let Andrade win.
The ones I got right were Bailey winning the Money in the Bank. We both had Tony Nese. We both had Becky beating Lacey. I had Charlotte beating Becky, which you didn't. I had Elias, but you had Roman, so you got that one right. And the other 2 we got right were Seth versus AJ and Kofi versus Kevin Owens.
There we go.
Surprisingly, we didn't have Brock Lesnar.
So 5-6. I hate my life already. So I'll start off here for the Battle Royal and on the buy-in for a future AEW World Championship match. I will get to that afterwards because actually I should just do that news now, shouldn't I?
Yeah, go
There was a news story. I now have to find it. Here we go. On the finale of AEW's Road to Double or Nothing, it was announced that the top contenders for the title will be established at Double or Nothing this Saturday, and one of them will be the winner of Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. And the winner will face the winner of the Casino Battle Royal at a later date to decide the first world champion. AEW hasn't announced when the world championship would take place. It was previously noted that the Casino Battle Royal would get the first shot at the AEW World Champion. So it's probably going to be Kenny Omega versus whoever wins this. Yeah. So my pick for this is actually going to be the man I hate the most, and it's going to be MJF.
I'm glad you said that. Come on, that makes you happy a little bit, doesn't it?
Why does it make me happy?
He's a great guy. He's the salt of the earth.
He's not a great guy. He's a mean guy, and he's only using Cody as his best friend for clout. He tried to kill Dustin Rhodes on being the Elite. He was just going to the Zelda Festival. I think MJF will win. I think they've done a pretty good work. He's a fucking good heel, and I think you have a good babyface versus heel match. I'm assuming it's going to be Kenny Omega winning. I think that one would make a little bit of sense.
Yeah, now that you've given me that news of it's going to be the winner versus Kenny for the first, so that's to crown the first champion is the winner of this.
So Kenny versus whoever this is. I don't know. I'm saying it's Kenny, but they'll have a match to decide the new champion at a later date. Don't think it'll be at the Don't think it'll be the next show, the amphitheater show. What's that one called? Fight for the Fallen. I don't think it'll be at that one. I feel like they might try to have another one.
Yeah.
Maybe they will, but
it sort of limits the names, because anyone can have a shot at the champion, but to a match for the first ever champion, that sort of narrows it down. I think.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking at MJF or Joey Janela. Do I want to go different to you?
Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn, he's a foreigner.
Versus Chris Jericho.
Oh my god, could you imagine? Okay, yeah.
I hear Jimmy Havoc's a good name too.
Yeah, Havoc I'm sort of looking at. That's interesting. It's sort of thrown me through a loop now, because I was thinking Sean Spears just because he's returning, but I don't know.
And what if instead of it was Isaiah Cassidy, it was Orange Cassidy?
Oh, dude. I'm a big fan now because of you. So,
well, who do you think the final four names could be? Are we thinking three random indie guys, and then maybe one that's a big surprise?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think for us doing this predictions, we don't know the other four participants, which could be big names. We have not. It might be CM Punk. I doubt it, but you know what I mean. It could be someone big. Could be John Moxley. I don't know. But this is
I think one. I feel like one could be Colt Cabana.
Yeah, that's very possible.
I feel like that could be one entrant. I don't know who else. I mean, there's clearly some sort of New Japan working relationship.
Yeah.
To allow Jericho to have a match.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna say Will Ospreay potentially gets a match here.
Yeah, very possible. I'm gonna lock in Joey Janela. I think that's the way to go.
No, very nice, very nice.
I feel like it's not going to be anyone that's been announced yet for some reason, and I don't know who else it could be. So,
yeah, you sure it's not Luchasaurus?
No, I mean we saw him on Being the Elite this week, so he was interesting to see.
Oh, is that who it was? Oh, okay. He's weird.
So that's yeah, a little bit. So that's something to look forward to. The Battle Royal, very big. That's a big match for the pre-show, which is good to see.
We'll get a lot of people watching it.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get on to the other pre-show match, which is Kip Sapien versus Sammy Guevara. Just a straight-up singles match. Who do you think is winning this one?
Sammy G. I don't think they've been promoting him all the time for him to just lose this.
Yeah, I pretty much of the same thought process. Sammy G's been all over their Being the Elite and stuff like that, so it kind of just makes sense that he would win, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Here we go. 6-woman tag. I've been practicing all morning. Former WWF superstar Aja Kong will be in the match. She's teaming up with Yuka Sakazaki, Emi Sakura, as they take on the team of Hikura Shida, Ryo, and Ryu Mizunami. Mate, if I've fucking nailed that, it's pretty good.
Not bad.
Who do you think's winning this one?
I think AJ Kong's team. I feel like AJ Kong is AEW, isn't she?
Yeah, she was one of the
I think
ones.
she is an announced name that she is in AEW.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with her team. I don't know anything about these guys, but she looks like a monster, so I'm going to go with her.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock in the same because again, I don't know much about them. I think Sakazaki maybe was another one that got announced.
Okay.
I can't remember, but yeah, they've got the team to beat there. I think so. We'll lock them in, and I know Kenny's pretty high on these guys, so it should be interesting to see. And this is what it's all about. We're going to get to see new performers perform and get a feel for all this other wrestling that's happening in the world. So this is pretty exciting. Then we have a tag team match between best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta. They are teaming against Angelico and Jack Evans. What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm going to say the best friends.
Yeah, just because, or
just because the best friends are cool, and I don't know. I feel like if you want to build a tag division, why not have these two build themselves up? I mean, Angelico and Jack Evans, they tag, don't they? Like pretty often, or they don't?
I think on the indies and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure they do.
So I mean, they're kind of a tag team, but I feel like I've heard more about Angelico. I feel like he's probably more of a singles, so I feel like best friends could win. And if you have them down the line face the Lucha Bros or something, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems like they're getting a prominent spot on being the elite as well. So, and I know for a fact that the Young Bucks are pretty high on Chuck Taylor in ring. So
yeah,
I worked him a lot in PWG and stuff like that. So yeah, I think best friends are the way to go. The next match is a 6-man tag. SCU, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky against OWE's Strong Hearts, which is Seema, El Liederman, and T-Hawk. I don't know much about them, but who do you have winning this one?
I'm going to say the Strong Hearts.
Yeah.
I think what a way to get over the new Chinese talent and have them win. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if SCU win, but I feel like the Strong Hearts should win just if you want to try and get that relationship over a little bit. I'm excited to see what they can do because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I definitely didn't watch SCU training.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either, but I'm agreeing with you. I think it's the right time. Seema's like he's got some experience, and I think, well, I don't really know much about the other two, but I think they're probably young considering they're from this new promotion. So
yeah,
sort of to put them over, and SCU are the perfect guys to do it, because they're veterans and they don't really need the win, I don't think. So
yeah, well, I feel like we're pretty even here with these matches, but I feel like the next one we're going to differ.
I mean, yeah, the next one is a triple threat match. So sort of the 3 women that got announced early on as signings for the company: Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose versus Kylie Ray. Who do you have winning this one?
Well, who do you have? I think I know. I think I know who you're choosing.
I'd probably go Britt Baker, I guess.
I knew it. I'm going for Nyla Rose. What a way to build your monster, then have her beat Britt Baker and the nice lady Kylie Ray, then to pick up a win at double or nothing.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that Kylie Ray doesn't win because she just seems like that babyface character that's the underdog sort of.
Yeah.
Role, so yeah, I mean, it's not a bad bet to go with Nyla Rose, big monster, so it makes sense to sort of build her up.
Yeah, just a bit of an unknown name compared to Britt Baker. But I wouldn't be surprised Britt Baker won, but just think the rookie monster might get the win.
Next match is a battle of the eras. It's Cody versus Dustin of the Runnels family. Who do you have winning this one?
I've got Cody Runnels.
Yeah, just makes sense, doesn't it? I've got Cody as well.
Typical Booker putting himself over.
Yeah, there's no real reason for Dustin to win this one, is there?
No, I don't. Unless he was staying around, but I don't think he's staying around as a wrestler.
No, probably not. You wouldn't. I mean, he might, but it just makes sense to sort of give Cody the win, I would have thought.
Mm-hmm.
The next match, well, it was supposed to be Hangman Page versus Park, but that's no longer taking place. I think they said that Hangman's going to have a different opponent, I believe. So, who do you think he will face, and who would you like him to face? I've got a couple options there with Joey Ryan, John Moxley, but is there anyone that comes off the top of your head that you'd like to see Hangman wrestle?
Well, I think we should do predictions with those matches. I think if he faced Joey Ryan, I feel like Hangman would win.
Yep.
And if they did have John Moxley would win.
Yeah. Well, how do we even predict this?
I feel like that would be the only way those two names we can say. Well, unless you just want to leave it out completely. I mean, it doesn't matter.
We could do it the day of, and just whenever it happens, whoever comes out, we'll predict from there. Or
yeah, maybe we'll do that. Yeah.
There's this already built-in story there with Joey Ryan if they have him on the show because of everything that's happened on being the elite. But
yeah,
I don't know. It should be interesting which way they go. But I was very much looking forward to Page versus Park. So kind of sucks that they didn't get the chance to perform on the big show.
Yeah, I guess so. We can catch that at All Elite Wrestling on YouTube. So
yeah, I was meaning to watch that. I haven't got a chance, but we'll go to the next match, and it's now a very big match. Now that you've told me that it's the winner goes on to the World Championship match. It's Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. I'm guessing we both have Kenny winning this one.
Has to be Kenny. Has to be.
No, I'd agree with that.
Does Okada make a run in?
What?
No. But one man can dream.
I mean, I'm guessing you mean to attack Jericho if he did.
Yeah, distract Jericho.
It seems very WWE.
Unlikely. Yeah, that's very unlikely, but I wish it happened.
Yeah. I don't think they'll ask New Japan, hey, can we borrow Okada for a run-in? I don't think that's probably going to happen, but... So I've got here the last match. I don't know whether it'll main event, but I know the Bucks want tag team wrestling to main event, so it's the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros, Penta, L0M, and Rey Fenix. Who do you have winning this one?
I have... the Lucha Brothers.
Damn, I do too.
So I haven't got many predictions differing from each other. But I think the Lucha Brothers, I don't think the Young Bucks will take it out. You got to think this is for the AAA tag belts.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I don't see the Young Bucks going back there anytime soon when they have this new company. So I think the Lucha Bros will take it out and get those AAA belts, and maybe they'll lose it back over there to someone else.
Yeah. No, I think you've hit the nail on the head. I probably should have wrote down that it's for the titles, but I forgot. That's probably the main reason. I don't think, the Bucks seem pretty busy with their company, so
yeah,
I don't think they'll be holding those belts for much longer. So that about does it. We just don't have the prediction for the Hangman Page match. That'll be happening when we watch the event, which will be
yes, sure.
So that takes us into your news roundup, Matt.
Alrighty, so here is the news. We'll start off with there is a new Performance Center Combine special, and a new episode will be airing on called of Untold. Will air on the WWE Network next weekend. The Performance Center Combine was just like, I don't know, kind of like breaking ground, I guess. JoJo and Bray Wyatt announced the arrival of their child Nash 6 Rotunda. Just clearly a reference to Kevin Nash and 6 X-Pac.
Big Click fans.
Yeah, obviously. So ahead of tickets going on sale, WWE has announced that NXT Survivor Series Weekend Special in Rosemont, Illinois will be branded as TakeOver War Games 3 and will feature a War Games match, obviously. And the show is taking place at the Allstate Arena on Saturday, November 23rd. Get your tickets if you're interested.
Good plug.
I know. Don't even pay me. So PW Insider, this is a piece of news that was not even on the main page. I just ran across it in a little fucking fine print. PW Insider has reported that Scarlett Bordeaux or whatever, I don't even know how to say her name, has asked for her release from Impact, which is that's a pretty big deal. And I don't know if you saw the news that Impact was scrambling to sign Jordan Grace.
I didn't, but it makes sense.
She debuted for them in October. They gave her a contract. They thought she signed it. Apparently, she didn't sign it. She just had it at home. They've been paying her week to week because she thinks she's worth a lot more money. And now she signed officially this week after they were scrambling to sign her after they realised she hadn't given a contract. And she got a lot more money. So that's pretty good for her.
Yeah, she's played that out well. Very good.
She played it out very well. So we have, but talking of contracts, AJ Styles has recently signed his WWE contract, and he is quoted as saying, "I can tell you that this is my last contract that I will sign, and this is the perfect place for me to be. It's family orientated. I have no problem taking my family to the shows. It's a PJ product, which I enjoy. I'm in the best place I can be for my career." That's such a fucking Christian AJ Styles hillbilly response.
I mean, I kind of love it. It's awesome to see him finally on the big stage, and he's tearing it up. So,
and he's gonna. It kind of sounds like he's gonna retire there.
I mean, that's probably good for WWE. They know that they don't have to worry about.
So how long's that contract? What, 3 years?
Pretty sure he wanted to sign a 3-year deal. So,
there we go. So we'll move on to more news. As before, but also Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful first reported Kevin Owens told WWE he does not want to go back to Saudi Arabia. Dave Meltzer has also confirmed this. John Pollock of Post Wrestling additionally has reported that Sami Zayn and Aleister Black will not appear at the show. Sami Zayn, obviously of Syrian descent, also didn't appear at the Greatest Royal Rumble and the other show due to tensions between the two countries. Dave Meltzer reported this morning on Wrestling Observer Radio that Danny Bryan will again not appear on the show as he does not support it. Some bigger news that was kind of no one really knew about was Ruby Riott is now in action following what will be the first of two shoulder surgeries. She did the whole European tour, all the house shows. She reported that it was reported this afternoon that Ruby Riott underwent successful surgery on the May 21st to repair a bilateral injury to her right shoulder. They also said that she will undergo a similar surgery in her other shoulder. So she's got some bad shoulder boys from carrying the Riott squad, it seems. There is no current timetable for her return. Riott hasn't appeared on television since April 22nd episode of Main Event, where she lost to the GOAT Dana Brooke. But she has been wrestling on house shows ever since, with her most recent match being on the 17th of May, when she competed in a fatal four-way match for the women's title that involved Lynch, Evans, and Tamina. So Riott will be out for a while.
Kind of sucks, but I mean, might give the chance for Sarah Logan to step it up and knock it out of the park.
Very true. It's not really much else news, but this is the last piece. Nickelodeon has released a sneak peek of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, which is hosted by John Cena, and it will premiere on June 10th.
There you go. Everyone, make sure you're on Nickelodeon for that.
There you go. YouTube Roundup, Up, Down, Down, Xavier Woods, episode 20 of SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, and episode 55 of Battle of the Brands with Tyler Breeze and Xavier Woods. It's a Royal Rumble watch along, goes for like 50 minutes. They watch the Royal Rumble in SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Oh my god. Ember Moon watches it with them. That's pretty cool. There's a new Being in the Elite episode 152 called Upfront. Nick Jackson also said there's going to be another episode, Friday? So, yeah, tomorrow for us, Thursday in America. Sheamus's Celtic Warrior Workouts has a new episode finally. It's with Lana, so you can check that out. But her channel does not have videos because they suck. We move on to Chelsea Green's channel, and she has a new video that I think you would appreciate, and it's called Booty Affliction. It's just her working out her ass, literally.
Oh, sounds great.
We have Demandy's Donuts, episode 37 from Hamburg, Germany, and it's a bit of a different Demandy's Donut. It's more of a vlog. They show them ordering the donuts, then they show them working out in the gym, and then they eat them backstage at one of the shows. And lastly, Elliot Sexton's Total Flogs episode 2. Check that one out. So
I mean, we haven't really spoken about that yet, have we?
we just mentioned in passing, but to each other, we haven't talked about this episode. It was pretty good. I mean, stay out of Elliot Sexton's house.
It's just quality content. If you guys, I mean, that's for people that want to get in on the ground floor of upcoming NXT stars. So,
I mean, it features Rhea Ripley. So I see the Rhea Ripley fans on Twitter watch it. So that's pretty cool, I guess.
I mean, I guess there's probably a couple people that would like Shane Thorne. I don't know if probably not as many as Rhea Ripley.
And I think no one's watching it for the coach.
No, I don't. I've already forgotten his name, but yeah,
I'll bet. So that's your YouTube and news, boys.
Well done. I like it. Good stuff. So that leads us into this week's top 5.
Ain't enough, man.
All right, so I've got the duties today. I sort of rushed to do it this morning because I forgot. Seems to be a regular occurrence. And with the unveiling of the 24/7 title, I've just gone with logic here, the ugliest titles in wrestling history. So I have the 24/7 title. I'm going to leave that as an honorable mention because it's only new. I thought I'll just give it a break. It's had a rough week, so
yeah, nice.
I'll go with number 5. I have the Universal title, but I have that at 5 just because like it sucked when they unveiled it, but
yeah,
it's kind of grown on me. It's not that bad now. Number 4, the Divas Championship. I mean, I don't know. It just sort of it's a butterfly. So I don't really. It's not for me. I don't think. Number 3 is the what were they called? The WWE tag titles, the penny titles, the ones that were.
Yeah. Well, they're still the penny titles, but yeah.
Yeah, but now they're. I mean, they're blue and red with silver. So, but yeah, the black and bronze sort of color, whatever that was, not great.
Yeah.
Not a big fan. Number 2 is the old. Oh, not the old. I mean, it's the most recent ECW title, but it's the one that was sort of the one that Christian held and Mark Henry. Not a fan of that big silver plate. I didn't really like it. Were you a fan of that one? Or?
No, it's definitely not. I've got a Matt Hardy figure with that, and it's definitely very ugly in a smaller version too.
Yeah, it's not great, and
it's a very slap in the face to any old ECW fans, and it clearly just screams developmental title.
Yeah, it was not a good time. And number 1, I think it's pretty universally hated, is the Jeff Hardy TNA World Title.
Yeah,
hasn't seen it. Actually, don't go and look at it. It might hurt your eyes.
It's terrible.
Not great. I mean, the Cruiserweight title's a much better purple strap championship.
I like that. I don't get the hate for that title, if I'm being honest.
The Cruiserweight title? Which one?
Pardon? Sorry?
The Cruiserweight or the TNA one?
Oh, no, the Cruiserweight title. That's really grown on me.
I don't mind it. I saw someone did something and they put it on a black strap and it looks lit. It looks so good. But, yeah, I don't hate the Cruiserweight title. But yeah, that Jeff Hardy one, yikes. Not great. So we don't have any Q&A this week. We got a bit lazy and we sort of forgot, but
we had a lot to cover, so
a lot to talk about this week. So I just have here Lance Storm tweet, another quality one.
Storm's tweet of the week
at Lance Storm on Twitter if anyone wants to check these out. But we just tweeted out, I think it was yesterday, said everyone complains about the guys who lost their first or last names. What about poor Triple H, who lost his first, middle, and last name? Which I quite enjoyed. Yeah, so at least we had Storm's tweet of the week to cover, so that's good. Do you have anything else you want to get to before we leave, Nat?
Geez, well, we went to wrestling on the weekend. Do we mention that?
We didn't. We went to a local show, which was nice.
Went to MCW, the Water settled the score. I mean, I was looking for news on Daddy Dave Meltzer's site and then saw the results for MCW. And Robbie Eagles wasn't there, but Gino Gandino, as people would know, who does the New Japan international commentary now, he was on it, and he lost to some guy who wears sunglasses. We saw the return of the Natural Classics, which you won't know them now, but you'll probably know them soon. They're going to the New Japan Dojo of Tome and Stevie Philippe. It was a pretty good show. It was different.
It was nice to get along and see some local talent. My boy Danny Psycho out here doing flips and stuff like that, which was
Some random guy asked us for a photo.
Yeah,
it was weird.
That was strange, but I mean, you never know. We might see that on social media at some point.
And I got to see my queens, Indy Hartwell and Steph DeLanda. I mean, that's always good. And should also mention that if you're an Australian, the tickets have been released for the Australian shows.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, can't say I want to spend that much money on that, but probably I'm guessing we'll be there, right?
Yeah, I'm confident. I sent it to our pal Brandon. He didn't say anything, but I assume he'd want to get along. And
I had a look at the tickets. So
that's the news. That's the Australian news to close out.
I guess, yeah.
So yeah, just before we wrap up, make sure you rate, subscribe, and share the podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, all other good podcast services. Make sure you follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestle Hunks Pod. Make sure you follow myself and Nathan on Twitter and definitely Nathan on Instagram. Social media influencer. He's at Nathan Marlowe and I'm at Evil Brody Price. So that about does it for this week. Until next week, stay hunky.